What have you seen from Saquon Hampton? Obviously, Coach Ash just said that he has a chance to be an absolute star. What is kind of last?
He has a very high ceiling. The number one reason because of how he works. Obviously, that's the thing that jumps out the most. Is that you'll see a lot of skill sets that are very good, but the way they work and their tempo with them. And we talk in our room. The first conversation you have is that if you don't tackle, you don't get a play. So he tackles extremely well, very violently in the tackling, and he gets from A to B really fast. He wants him to fight really fast, and he can cover ground. So, but what he does is work ethic, and when he comes to practice, how hard he goes right now. I mean, he's an every snap guy, so that's probably been the most impressive with him. Where he's made the biggest improvements from spring to now, and what he's done on his own over the summer is his intelligence in the game, his football. So we talk about not defending ghosts, understand what situational football is, what formation is, down and distance, all those things that factor. It's a very complicated game, and he's been able to make the game slows down in his mind for him very good, so you'll never see him in a panic situation. So we're excited about it, that's for sure.
Bill, between him and Chaffee and Kai Hester, you have three pretty experienced safeties. What do you have after that?
Right now Zane Campbell will be the one that is getting a lot of reps, and he moved from corner over to safety. First part was his body type led him to look more as a safety, and he's done a very good job of developing himself over the summer. So I'm very excited about that. Also, he's made a great amount of improvement again in the knowledge factor. And he's made a lot of plays like that. He's by far our leading interception guy in the fall here so far. So he has a chance to be very good in that area there. And also he's a very willing tackler too, which means he'll get in the fight and do that. So that's exciting for us right there. And then the young man Lawrence Stevens is a young man from Bosco that has come on the team right there, and he's got a lot of reps with us too, and he plays extremely hard. He's very young, obviously, so like that. So there's some errors out there, but it's fun to coach him.
Go ahead, JP.
How good can Chaffee be in this system? Obviously, he was pretty much a ball hawk last year. How good can he be in this system?
I think he'd be very good. Yeah, I'm very excited for him at that because we do a lot of different things with the safeties. There's not a time when either safety won't play in the deep middle, that he won't play down in the box, that he won't play man-to-man coverage, he won't play high zone and low zone coverage, and there's chances of them also being pressure packages. So every one of them in the system has a chance to do things, and I think that works, bodes very well for him. He had a really good practice last night. He had a great practice today too, but last night, we were really got into game mode, night practice, all that stuff right there, and he really stood out with that. And I just think right now with just the calmness he'll have, yes, it's new and different, a lot of different terminology here, different things there, but he'll probably be calmer just for the fact he's played so many games, so he's used to being on a plane, going on a game, pre-game warm-up, all that stuff. So I think that will help him a lot to be able to prepare like that. And I love coaching him just because, again, he's a high effort guy, he's an every practice guy, and that's what we look for.
You don't coach him now, but Coach Ash said that you recruited him to Coven Valley. To Coven Valley. What do you remember about that recruiting process?
From recruiting him, the big thing that stood out with him was several things. Was his ability to compete, and so he was something like that was a freak football player, a freak basketball player, point guard for him like that. He also was a state qualifier into Texas, which is hard to do. So he did great track, and then he ran. Which way it was? He ran track in the morning, then he started in baseball in the afternoon. So he was a four-sport starter for 4 years. So that's pretty impressive right there, how you get after it. And so that part, so how hard he competes, his skill level, probably what I see from him from the other side, and then what I knew was told in the recruiting process with him was how competitive he is and how hard he goes, and then that's what stands out. Some guys can come in and be really fast and really go, and talk about fun guy to recruit now. Going down there and recruiting him like that, I got very fortunate. And to be honest with you, the reason we found out about him was because I had one of my best friends and we got the job. And I just called him up. I said, "You got any dudes?" He goes, "I got one." He goes, "This guy's really good." He says, "No one's recruiting him." And I go, "Well," so we get the film, and instantly we wanted him a corner, bad. And then he ended up being kind of receivers, kind of where he wanted to be. Like he's an offensive guy too. He could play corner also. And so without that phone call, that's kind of how it all worked out, type of thing. And got some help on it right there. We tried to keep it under the wire as much as we could, so nobody else kind of got wind of it. And I can't speak for the offense, but I think he's going to play as a true freshman. But I'm not in charge of that. It's above my pay scale.
Take 2 more questions. When you get Ronnie James back, where do you see him factoring in?
Well, he'll probably factor in at I'm not sure at the free or the strong. That is a big, that was really a frustrating loss for us because, again, Ronnie he can really run. He developed his body so well over the summer. and then he had to have that surgery. Now he's doing great and coming back. So we're looking forward to getting him back here pretty soon with him. We'll just work him in slow, try to be able to find, usually something like that, what you want to find is a limited role to get him started as they come back, whether it be a phase or two on special teams, a phase of something, maybe in a substitution package on defense, just to get him back going a little bit and then go instead of just being, do this, do everything. It's like, let's find a role for him to get him back and get him going. But we're really excited to have him back, and we really miss him a lot. And he's a great kid, and I love coaching him.
Coach, what's your assessment of your two starting corners through camp, Austin and Wharton?
What they've done, the number one thing is that their improvement and where they were in the spring for where they are now, because we took somebody and completely changed what they had done. I mean, they're a whole different type of package. We have a lot more variety in our coverage. Sometimes they're up and press, sometimes they're off. They do a lot of different things. So we changed a lot of things that they had to do. So their development that they did over the summer, luckily we're able to work with them in the summer on some things, but a lot of that was done with great, obviously, work by our strength staff on getting them physically ready to go. And then what we did, their preparation for us at that, in the hunt, as far as, I mean, they worked and worked and worked. It's just tireless reps of muscle memory that you have to be able to get done right there. So they're making way more plays. And like I said, they're going to catch balls. I mean, that happens. I mean, just watch everybody like that. It's like the balls will get completed at times. The ball will get caught different spots right there. But the ones you can test and the ones you get out of on third downs are the critical ones. And then finally with those guys is both of them will tackle you. I always have that. That's just such a just makes your stomach roll over when you hear that on a cover corner, because what they do is they crack everybody. They make the corner tackle all the time because the guys on offense are real smart. So our corners can tackle extremely well, and they've got great length. So I guess you never find a great tackler that's got real short arms, and so they got great length at corner. It helps them in coverage, helps them get hands on people, also helps them in tackling. So I love those two, and they run. I mean, the amount of running that they do a day, it's like our receivers do, it's relentless. I mean, it would just be, it exhausts me just thinking about how much they run. And we've had a pretty good heat session here for the past 10 days, and they just keep going. So love them.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.